Welcome to D&D with THC, Lost Minds of Phandelver, episode 17. We had some deaths in the family yesterday, or last week. And we'll see if they can. We'll see if they continue to stay that way. Take it away, Jared.
All right. Al is apparently Batman at the moment.
Yeah.
I am vengeance.
Yeah.
You adopted the humiliated. Like I was born in it.
I loved how the camera came up.
Yeah, said it. Yeah, right, he said it.
That was great. Oh,
I hide in the shadows.
Right,
so, timing is everything.
Last time we left off, it was a very hard time for the group. So they fought their blood selves. And Richter
gang shit.
Yeah, Richter had quite the epiphany over on in his own right. As the intrepid warriors managed to defeat themselves, they fell through the floor almost like an ooze into a bottom area that has yet to be revealed. Left up top to their own devices was Ganja, Pino, and Rufus the stunt zombie. Sadly, Rufus finally succumbing and losing his luck and losing his life, or his undead life at that point. Ganja sadly having a terrible turn on a misstep and losing his actual life. An actual nat 20 on an attack while he was down. Currently, we have Pino bleeding out slowly, who has still got death saves to throw, but I think we'll start it there with a death save from Pino.
Hold on.
Let's get some music going here.
Pull the right character up. A death save. Oh, I gotta put me down to 0 first. Is that gonna roll it?
That is a good one.
No.
That would be a failed death save. As sitting over top of you currently is the blood self that is Pinot Green, staring down at the lifeless body of its doppelganger. It sort of raises its hand up in the air. You see the moonbeam start to flow and move towards the corpse that Pino is currently.
No, he cast moonbeam on y'all.
In
Shut up, Ptolemy, idiot, whoever the fuck you are.
Bro, that's so
Sort
disrespectful.
of looks down.
He
with
really cast Moonbeam on y'all. Damn, Pino.
determination.
You
Moonbeam will
should
not,
die. He sounds like the authentic version.
Moonbeam will not affect you until your turn, sir. But I believe it is at the beginning of your turn. So please, because you are not able to roll a dexterity check because you are hella dead, I believe that it constitutes as an automatic failure. So
I think that's 2 fails, isn't it?
that would be correct. 2 automatic failures come your way. You currently have, all of a sudden, you see the life. Well, nobody sees this. Ganja lays lifeless on the floor. Rufus, the zombie, twitching. His 2 limbs just sort of flopped out to the side. The seams starting to come apart at the very poorly sewn joints. You see the life sort of fall away from Pino's eyes. And the blood or the body just starts to go a little bit white. Pino, Ganja, both laying lifeless on the ground, with no one around to help them. They basically died amongst no friends. Unfortunately,
We weren't alone. We were with each other, motherfucker.
Yeah.
We got as brothers.
Yo, y'all died disintegrated by Moonbeam. That's crazy.
Pino's last moments, a bright flash of light. Ganja's last moments, a sword coming down in absolute vain.
DM,
As this all
point
happened,
of notice. Roll your damage, because I want to at least see if my blood self dies. He's in the moonbeam that you cast on me.
No, so when I put the moonbeam up, I had stepped off to the side and it moved it right in front of him. So basically, he was staring down at this column of light, disintegrating its doppelganger.
So it started its turn there?
No, it moved its turn over and then used its bonus action to bring it down. So, anyways, as this all happens, so right now, Dab and Gideon are currently sub-level. They're in a completely dark and inhabited sub-area. There's Icarus goo all over the floors. Your blood cells obviously exploded. Above, what is happening outside the eyes of anybody, Ganja's, the blood self Ganja standing over top of its doppelganger, Pino standing over its. Both of them get down onto their knees and slowly start to basically put their hand out towards the chest of the down doppelganger. Their hands falling directly on your heart. All of a sudden, the body starts to corporealize and fall down into this vessel that they've created between the heart and the hand, moving down into the body until it completely absorbs inside of it. As this happens, the body falls down through the floor, falling to the ground. Both of you, Pino as well, kneeling down, hand on chest, moving into the body and then falling to the ground. All of a sudden, in the bottom, in the sub-level that Dab and Gideon currently sit, lives, you hear 2 splashes, just both on the ground, and you hear coughs, you hear, a couple of different murmurs and some pain. Pino and Ganja, you awake to this sub-level of darkness, Icarus goo all around you. Last thing, Pino, that you remember was that bright light. Ganja, the last thing you remember, a sword coming down upon you.
Well, it looks like things took a downturn when I disappeared, though, man.
You fucking left us.
It is not as if I had a choice, mate. I was sent here magically wherever the hell we happened to be.
I don't think any of us had a choice there.
So, well, it looks as if we've all survived this out. It's too bad.
It's too bad we survived.
No, it's too bad. I thought I'd finally be rid of Dab.
Not at all, sir. Not at all.
Yeah. I knew from the get-go
I'm like
I was
Richter's
gonna be the last one there.
I'm like Richter's chlamydia. You just can't get rid of me.
But it's by choice, mate. Remember, he could have been cured several times over.
As I could have been dead several times over.
Indeed, but we keep on scratching you back to life, don't we?
Yeah.
One thing, make a just a quick intel or perception check, Dab.
Okay.
Like doing that, do I feel any different?
Nope.
Is all that shit happen? No.
No, I mean you would be a bit confused because last thing you remember seeing was just blackness, a bright light, and then blackness, and you're sure of death. And now all of a sudden you're talking to your compatriots, and you would have that feeling. But other than that, nothing feels out of the ordinary.
Am I hurt
Yo,
still?
I take out the jug, the alchemy jug
Oh
full
yeah,
of
you
fuck.
hurt like hell. I mean, you
I
still
take out the jug, and it's full of really strong beer, and I pass it around.
So
I
you
take a
would
big
fill-
drink.
Yeah, you would fill the jug with very strong beer. You take a swig of the jug. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
My perception roll didn't find nothing, eh? Probably not.
No, you. I mean, okay, I'll give you this. The one thing you do notice, you can't quite put your finger on it right now, and you're hoping your friends can help you, but you feel like you get the feeling like you forgot your keys somewhere, or your wand, if you will, or your staff. You feel like you forgot something.
And at that time, I would probably turn around to the two that I know were up there and come crashing down like this. Have you guys seen Rufus around?
Don't know if he made it.
And I don't think Dab would have seen Rufus perform quite as well as he did either.
No, Dab would not have been the witness to that. Unfortunately, the only witnesses would have been Ganja and Pino. Pino, you dropped to 0 hit points due to alcohol poisoning.
Damn.
I just fall.
I have 5 points of lay on hands left, and that will actually get rid of any poisoning as well. So I'll just.
So you're feeling wrecked right now, but okay. So you, by all means.
Well, first I'll check his pulse. Is there a pulse?
Oh, there's Paul. He's alive. He's just out.
And I have 1 greater healing potion at this time. I'd probably drink it. Is that
So with his lay on hands, am I still out?
With lay on hands, you'll come back. Are you giving them all 5?
Well, if he's not, I'll just give him the 1, and I'll give myself the other 4.
Okay, so you come back with 1 health point again.
Do I have any
This is
potions?
getting monotonous.
Can I use the greater
I'm
healing
looking right
potion?
now.
You can use it
I
on
have
who?
you can have, bro.
On myself.
You want to use it on yourself? Okay, yeah, go for it.
Well, when I defeated myself, did I come back down here with full hit points, or am I still as hurt as I was before?
Absolutely not. You are still a hurting unit.
Yeah, so I'm going to use it on myself because I only got 4 fucking hit points left. So what is that?
Perception check real quick.
Deb
Me?
has a greater healing.
Yo, Max, fuck Detective Pikachu. He's a cop.
Yeah. Out of us, Dab's the only one that's got a healing potion now.
Detective Pikachu.
He's a cop.
What just happened?
What is a greater healing potion?
There's 44 plus 4. Everybody, perception checks, please, real quick. Ooh, Dab.
I'm going to on a perception check. As these guys are looking around, I want to cast my last 2nd level slot.
Cast Moonbeam on yourself.
No, healing spirit.
Healing Spirit. Okay, so tell it all out.
So the first 2 are going to me, and because that was fuck all, that one's going to me too. And is anybody else real hurt?
I'm pretty hurt.
I'm fine.
And then the last one, I'll move it over to Ganja. So I get 9. He gets 2.
Is Rufus finally dead?
Yeah, Rufus. Well, yeah, I don't know. We haven't found out yet.
I heard he was legendary for a while, though.
Rufus was upstairs, and he has not come back down.
He's the man. He was the MVP of that fight, but he just wasn't enough to keep us alive.
Oh, my.
So, everybody, perception checks real quick, please.
I rolled mine already. 13.
Gideon at a 13, Ganja at a 13. Dab, what do you got? Pino's got a 7. Pino's
fucked up.
So's Dab. So Gideon and Ganja, you hear another splash all of a sudden, a small amount of light comes from just down the hallway from where you guys are, and you see a lifeless Richter, a body of Richter, sort of falling down the pathway. You look, examining the body that just fell down your way. You, Ganja, take a pulse. There is a pulse. However, you look at Richter, sort of assessing him very quickly. You do notice a pretty large and sizable puncture wound in his gut. So if I might...
Can you try to stop bleeding?
Yeah, you can certainly try to stop the bleeding. Make a medicine check.
I'm pretty sure my dad stabbed me, right?
My brother, your ghost self did, or your brother did, or something
My
like that.
ghost self. I stabbed myself.
Hey.
Yeah.
So you managed to put a tourniquet on the. Well, you don't tourniquet the stomach. That would be bad.
I don't choke him to death.
No, you don't choke him to death this time. You place your hand very firmly onto the area. You manage to stabilize your compatriot. A pulse is still there, but Richter is still not fully coherent.
Still a little bitter there, Ganja.
So
Going towards.
I'll lift his head a little bit and try and put some water in his mouth and just see if he'll drink. See if he can drink in an unconscious state.
You pour water down his mouth. All of a sudden, he begins to choke and begins to cough. Richter, you wake up to a Ganja coddling you with his hand on your tummy.
I'm gonna kiss him.
Oh
Whoa.
man!
Whoa.
Make a Constitution
welcome me
saving
back,
throw.
guys. Welcome me back to the game.
I'm back to that.
All right. I need you to make a sleight of hand. I just want this to happen. Do you? How badly do you want to kiss him?
Can I make a deception check to see if he kisses me back?
No. But if you want, you can make a sleight of hand check to try and catch him off guard. So make a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
And
I'm about to
make
This could be deception.
Make a dexterity saving throw there. Oh shit! Make a dexterity saving throw.
Nostra, you getting kissed, son. Deception.
So close.
So as he wakes up, he manages to plant a big wet one right on his face, Nostra. Nostra, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
He's gonna get chlamydia.
You're looking for Hey,
Oh man! You almost got chlamydia from a random kid.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my god!
Spitting it out. No effect as far as you can tell. You managed to spat out the.
I'm glad you're okay, but
Gideon is like, oh my
I
god,
want to
man!
wake up and say hubba hubba.
Man,
Ganja,
there's
kill
not a
him!
single
Nobody's
role
gonna
I wanted
stop
to
you,
go
mate.
badly
Kill him
than
now.
that.
Ganja, kill him now, mate. Nobody's going to stop you. Kill him now.
There is not a role in this game that I wish went my way than that one. I wish that had gone below 10. To be able to just mutter the words, "You now have chlamydia," would have just been great.
Oh my god!
Never
I
a
gotta
sentence
tell you,
muttered
mate,
better than that.
If you try to do that to me, I'll kill you, mate. I just gonna let you know that.
Oh man!
This game's not over.
Never again.
Richter, you come back. You have faint memories of the harrowing experience that you just had. And I think the most concerning part for you is that you've been on Unicorn Blood before, and last time all of your injuries were hallucinogenic. They weren't actually injuries in real life. But this time you notice that, you've got a puncture wound in your stomach. The last thing you remember seeing was your own self turning to you and saying, "Don't let him take us both," and then a sharp pain into your gut. So little strange for you on your side.
Damn.
The fuck?
Maybe he stabbed me just to wake me up.
Yo, I'm talking to the two who were dead but not, Ganja and Pino. I know you fellas had a hard time, but I look at Ganja, but he kissed him, man.
Who are you closest to right now, Gideon?
I'm glad I didn't run over there and help him.
I started to. It was almost me.
I'm kissing all y'all. Watch.
Well, as you guys are all standing around,
Make it a good one, mate, because it'll be your last one.
it's a relatively dark area, but as you guys are standing around this area, all of a sudden you start to hear the low rumble, like two rocks shifting against each other. You hear, and you see a small light at the end of a very long hallway start to grow and grow and grow into a large area, a bright, blinding light coming in through the open door.
It might
What
be
the
bad out
fuck
there,
now?
but it can't be worse than being in here. So I'm out. Shall we, gents?
Well,
I'll
I can.
limp behind him and follow.
I'll
Keep them
slowly
watching
get up.
Sure you guys don't wanna
making
stay
sure he
here and
doesn't
start
try
a
to sneak
community?
me again.
Can I do it? Can I
I
try
take
to
the lead.
sense? Can I try to sense if I can see if Rufus is in the area? If there's any way I can get him back?
You don't have that necessarily that ability. You don't have zombie sensing, but I mean there might be a man of your crew that might.
He said you're not a zombie sensor.
But there is a zombie sensor on our team right now.
And you would know who that was, Dab. You would be very well known of his capabilities, considering he decided to steal one and tried to carry you over to a wall not but 10 hours ago.
That gives it. I thought, okay, yeah. Well, I would ask Nostra, or not Nostra, Ganja at that time, if there's any way he'd be able to find out the deal with Rufus the stunt zombie. I think he's a great addition to the team. We should probably try to keep him around.
Yeah, Pipe. I think Rufus is earned this one.
I'm gonna kiss Rufus.
For Dab, I'm like,
Just kiss you.
but having seen how Rufus actually fought, because of Rufus, I'm willing to do it.
For Rufus.
Where,
I hold up to
Rufus.
divine sensing up for them, so I can, like, I can sense undead within 60 feet. Oh, that's not behind total cover. So I couldn't actually go through the floor, I don't think.
No, but if you did it sort of like a ritual, I have a feeling you could probably exacerbate those powers.
Would I be able to find Rufus specifically, his aura or whatever?
You knew Rufus pretty well. You have a certain tie to the undead. Rufus sort of walked with you, and you became extremely familiar with that particular undead. So yeah, you sit down, you sort of gather some things around you, you grab what you can for a holy symbol and scrounge together. You close your eyes. You do realize that Rufus is directly above you at the moment. Directly above you seems to be a complete stone wall, however, and there's currently a pathway leading out to light.
Well, you didn't see it, but Rufus fought like a champ, and apparently he's still up there somewhere. How to get there? But
Is this the
what we
floor?
gotta
Is
do to get there? I don't know. We're all pretty banged up right now.
the floor
You're
is a,
bleeding. You're bleeding. You're bleeding. You're bleeding. I'm bleeding.
Yeah.
We're all bleeding.
the floors
Listen,
are
Dad,
great.
we all like the zombie. He grew on us all, I'll admit it. But you know what? There are more zombies in the world. We can't put ourselves at risk for a zombie, mate. We'll let you make some more when we get outside, I promise.
The roof, the floor is like
them corpses.
the floor is
and
like
we
a
can call
grate,
him
right?
Tutus.
You're getting better at that all the time, so maybe you'll make an even more realistic one this time. I gotta
Maybe
tell
it won't stink.
The floor is like a grate, correct?
No, the floor is solid stone.
Then how did we fall
I'm
through it?
looking forward to light.
Above you is solid stone. You sublimated through it.
If only we had the
Sublimated. That's a
dimension door,
good
huh?
fucking word.
You
That's a
basically
good word.
fell through the sorry, it absorbed you. So the ground basically formed around you and then spat you back out below it.
I have a teleportation scroll.
You have to see where you're going. Oh, teleportation, you don't have to.
How do you get back?
You can only get there. You can't get back.
Yeah.
And who knows what's left in that room for you if
Is
you
it
go
really
back.
worth wasting a teleportation scroll to retrieve a body when you can reanimate another?
So remind you that teleport scrolls, as long as if you've seen it casually, you still have a 1 in probably 30 chance of getting off target
Yeah.
and ending up in a wall.
I think he's lost, bud. We'll get you a new plaything, and you can name it whatever you want.
Yeah, well, I guess fucking Rufus is gone.
So I need, real quick, I need Dab and
Kind of fucked up though because he didn't even have a blood cell for himself to kill to come down, but he did kill Rob Broccoli. So he killed a zombie.
A perception check. He didn't kill him. Rob Broccoli
killed him. He killed Rob Zombie.
He killed Rob Zombie. Everybody make a perception check. Oh, Ganja's not going to be doing too well. Richter's kind of okay.
I'm too fucked up.
Oh yeah, Pino's hurting
for him. So Gideon, you seem to be the only one that passed because it was above 15. You happen to remember how you got down to that area? It was you went through the cave. You did a hexagon-spired puzzle, and you managed to just pop yourself down there. The only real reason you guys felt the need to go past that wall was because you heard your friend on the other side.
So the wall still.
Go back there.
Yeah, there's no reason we couldn't. We just
I'm going back for him if we can. I thought it was.
So
yeah, we just won't touch the wall.
Round 2.
No, we just won't touch the wall.
Yeah, we went through the wall, did we not?
No, the wall. The stuff come through the wall to us.
So where the fuck are we? We're in a closed-off chamber with one way out. You're saying?
Correct.
Yeah, we fell down below all that shit. We could go back out, go up to the top, grab Rufus, and then walk out the way we went in.
Why don't we find out where we are?
Go back into this dangerous ass puzzle trap again for a zombie, mate.
We don't have to go into the trap though. The trap was us putting the blood on the wall, and then the blood beings come out in front to us in that same room we got to.
He has a point. Rufus could just be laying there.
So anyway,
you want to go back with him, Pino, when you didn't technically make it out on your own last time?
He doesn't know. You wouldn't know that.
He apparently made it out alive.
We had to revive them, basically.
Well, you had to revive them, but I mean,
if somebody got to revive you, you can walk out on
alive.
Either way, we're going to try to walk out the white light. Is the white light bringing us out front?
We got to see where we're at before we do anything.
So if you happen to follow the white light, you guys come out basically as you make your way up towards the end of that tunnel that's currently shining an extremely bright light towards you, gentlemen. You come up and you come out, and bear with me here for just a moment so I can find where you are. There we are. You come out. So as you guys come out, you basically come out on the other corner of this right here. So you basically come out into a wooded area. Looks very similar to this. You come out to a wooded area just over here.
Okay, can we see the entrance to the...
Again?
So you would know to make your way back around. I mean, the trails and all of the trees look relatively similar, and you come back around to the front of the cave. You see your... I don't think you actually have anything. Do you still have an ox pulling your cart? I can't remember. Yes, you do. You have an ox.
We do, and it's over there. That's where we left it.
Yeah.
So just to save time, I'm gonna go back in and try to bring Rufus back out. Is anybody coming with me? Okay,
It didn't take us too long to go. It didn't take us too long to go. I'll walk with you.
So
into the cave. Well,
potions. I'm gonna hand him one of them, and then I'm gonna chill by the entrance. I'm not going back.
You have no potions.
Nope.
No,
only Richter has one potion.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm in the cave.
I take a deep breath, and then I followed him into the damn cave.
All right. Well, you also needed a riddle master, so.
We gotta do a riddle again?
No, the cave floor opens. I'm just going to check it out. If this shit costs me any kind of blood or pain, I'm walking away.
You guys make your way back inside the tunnel. Once again, you see the spire in the middle of the actual lake in the middle. The floor is not opened up as it was before, but upon a little bit of inspection, because you would go there right away, you do see very similar symbols, identical to the ones you saw before, sitting on this spire. So on the spire, you see this. So on each side of that six-sided spire, you see these symbols.
Well, if I remember correctly, even saying these symbols just opened the doorway.
I'm in the room.
And
but I'm
Rufus,
standing back.
and Rufus should be sitting just below us, Ben.
So, if anybody knows,
Something did happen. Something did happen, though. We fell through the fucking floor when we said the fucking words or something.
Yeah, well, the shit come away from the spire.
And we
Yeah, well,
felt
I remember fucking falling through the floor.
You fell through the floor because you decided to lean over to look.
falling. I don't remember falling. I remember fucking down.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
my
okay.
memory's a little groggy right now. I'm a little
I'm
fucked
gonna
up.
point something out because I'm a kind DM and I'm a forgiving DM. Dab and Gideon managed to get down just fine.
Yeah,
Rufus
we
and Rob decided to butt fuck themselves all the way down because they decided, who cares. But Ganja and Pino fell down because they were looming over the edge like looky-loos and failed the dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, either way,
No.
so we know how to open this thing. Can we all say the words and open it?
You can
Yes.
certainly try. Currently, you just see symbols there.
Well, I know, but we did this before. We can all each read fucking each
The same
version of
symbols?
it.
So I'm gonna check the symbol
Read
that's
what? What are you
It's just-
checking?
the symbol that Steve's can't.
All right, you mentioned the symbol. Go ahead and roll a D100.
Oh yeah, we had to solve a puzzle to get through this.
Oh, fucking riddles.
35. Oh, he was the champion. What can the hand only sow? What only the eye can harvest?
Sorry, could you read it again?
What can the hand only sow? What only the eye can harvest?
Light.
What can your hand do that only your eye can see?
Color.
Yeah, I'm stuck on something to do with painting or some shit, but
All of it.
What can your hand only sow that only your eye can harvest? It's like, what can you do that only your eye can see?
Well, he was about to say something when Pino said painting.
What can the hand only sow that only the eye can harvest?
Gideon's
Dreams?
the only
No.
one- Gideon's the only one that speaks Thieves' can't. So.
Oh, I read
Well,
the
yeah, but
thing
he
to
would
them
he would be
before.
relaying it to the rest of us.
Oh yeah, he related to them, yes, and Pino said an answer.
Oh,
Oh, anything? Go ahead.
All of a sudden, the sign light. I was waiting for him, like he's got it, but all of a sudden the sign lights up, and it starts to glow. It sort of blasts out in a flash of light, and then goes back down to gray. Next,
can we do Gnomish
good
next?
one.
I gotta bounce for a couple minutes.
what do you want to do next?
Gnomish. I'm the only
All right.
gnome.
Well, you're also undercommon too. I don't think anybody else speaks that.
No, I think
I-
there's a
I
couple
know.
other. I know Gnomish. We had to change it to
Nope.
Gnomish because that was the only one I spoke that everybody else didn't.
All right.
so how many minutes? Because you're the one looking for Rufus here.
No, I know, but you still. Just a couple minutes.
All right. Well, roll a D100, and then leave the folks with a riddle.
He taught me a couple words in Gnomish. The exact words he taught me are the answer to your riddle.
58.
58. I never was, and yet will always be. I am never seen, and yet always come. I carry nothing, yet hold so much. Tell me, what am I?
A bag of holding.
Fine.
No.
No?
Bag of hose.
Yo.
Never was, yet always. I never was, and yet always will be. I am never seen, and yet always.
Tomorrow?
All of a sudden, given those.
I would
the
say
little
tomorrow,
bit of
yeah.
moment- Oh, given the okay, I was gonna let people do it. So yeah, the symbol flashes in a bright light and then goes back down to gray.
Good shit, bro.
Painting was lucky.
It was Al that was filling this one last time. This is basically D&D Jeopardy. What is?
I'll take 58 for 100, Alex.
Undercommon for 200, please.
Go ahead and roll a D100.
Fuck, did they get a new host for Jeopardy, or is that shit just done now?
No, he's still going strong. He isn't dead yet.
I thought he died.
Oh, shit. No, yeah.
58. Hey, I know the answer.
58 again. You got
Is it tomorrow?
You read there, nothing comes up. Roll again.
Come on, that's like a 1 in 100 chance that happened. Give it to him.
Fuck off! Oh, I thought it was 35 again. I'm like, no way.
Good thing it's not a 2-number spread.
Yeah, no shit. All right, so 35.
36.
36. To keep me, I must be given. And if I am not kept, I am broken.
a promise.
Yeah.
So do you say promise?
Me, yeah. In undercommon?
All of a sudden, your symbol flashes in a bright light and falls down into gray. You got common, Sylvan, and Elvish left.
Take Elvish for 100.
All right. You didn't provide your answer in the form of a question, so it doesn't work.
I really do answer it like that when I play Jeopardy watching at home. I do answer in the form of question.
You need to answer it in what is.
What is promise?
What is a promise, Alex? What is a promise, though, Alex?
You can say it a cool way too. You can say what.
It's a daily double.
I was about to say I need to get the playlist for a daily double.
If only I was.
What?
Oh fuck.
Fuck.
Sure I am.
10.
10.
The more you take, the more you leave behind.
Footsteps.
Haven't done this one before. He's an elf too, so he can say it.
All right, you say footsteps. All of a sudden, a bright flash of light, and it turns to gray. Sylvan and common left.
I
Sylvan.
think
Nope.
You take common, go ahead and roll your D100. There we go. You're getting the hang of it. 91. Oh, it's gonna be tough. Oh man. Wow, this is gonna be hard. What has 4 wheels and flies? This you pick like it's like there's levels of hardness. This is like the max.
What is a plane?
You don't have to answer for a fucking question. Sorry, not the word we're looking for. You know what? Just for fun, all of a sudden, like this corporealized ghost comes up from the spire with a beautiful mustache and silver white hair and a buzzer in hand. And a set of cards. Turns to you and says, "Speak."
What has 4 wheels and flies?
What is a garbage truck?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yeah, I was thinking along those lines.
I was just starting to think something that's just weird.
The actual, so all of a sudden, I will give it to you. Your symbol shines up and then breaks down. The actual word we were looking for though was the town garbage wagon.
The garbage wagon. We never would have got that because of the wording.
Yeah. Well, you got the
But I think it's pretty dope that I even got the concept. I just really looked at the question and thought maybe flies is literally flies. And once I got that, I was like, this garbage.
That's see, after I got through like school bus and stuff, I started thinking, yeah, it's got to be something with something.
You were 5 to 10
literal.
seconds ahead in your thought process ahead of me. I was a little
longer
like,
than that than me.
Flies.
I feel like that when he said tomorrow, I was right there. Like when he said it, I just like, wow, he got to it just ahead of me.
Yeah.
That one tomorrow, because I was going through the choice and I was just like, tomorrow. First I thought potential, and then I thought tomorrow.
That's funny. That's pretty much what I did too. I was thinking like potential yesterday, tomorrow.
We'll read
so I slapped Sylvan, yeah.
Yeah.
What's oh wait, no, that's not the right one. Oh wow, this is a big one. Okay, 26. When imbibed, the body's weak. When consumed, minds fall asleep. When devoured, madness grows. The strangest urges does it show. And yet you call me liquid luck, and still you take cup after cup. What am I?
Wine.
Water?
Water. What kind of water are you?
I barely heard it. My daughter come out and started saying stuff.
Your water poison, my friend.
Beer.
Just alcohol in general.
Wine. Whoever is
Wine?
I think it's wine.
What is wine, Alex?
All of yeah. By the way, while you were gone, Dab, the ghost of Alex Trebek came from the spire.
He's not dead yet, guys. Fuck, he's still healthy. He's fighting that shit.
I know, but he's corporealized.
He's a Canadian fucking gem.
He is. He's a legend.
Where's your foot?
It's basically him and oh no, is Gordon Lightfoot dead? I can't remember.
No, Gordon Downey is.
Oh, that's sad.
Gordon Lightfoot's old as fuck.
Anywho, all of a sudden that light shines, it flashes, the spire begins to drop into this pit. You see water falling through, and you hear the dusky sounds of water dripping onto concrete. You look down, you see pockets of blood everywhere, where the battle had ensued, and a lifeless, albeit he was already lifeless technically, body of Rufus just lying on the ground, with currently with a massive slash taking him from tip to tail at the moment. He's in rough shape, looking in very rough shape right now.
Can I safely jump down, grab his remains, and jump back up?
You jumping down would be pretty difficult.
With a rope. With a rope.
With a rope, somebody could swing you down for sure.
Yeah. So could we do that? And I'll just grab his remains and bring him back up.
Long enough to carry this thing?
I'll just put his remains in my bag. I'll just put lag over each shoulder. I'll get him up here. Don't worry about it.
Rufus, the stunt backpack.
Rufus is my responsibility. I'm not going to send anybody else down there.
How much bigger is he than Dab?
Take the what with me? Yeah.
I said, we came this far with you. I take the rope. Yo, let's go.
And I kind of like sit on Gideon's shoulder as he jumps down, attached to the rope.
All right, Gideon, you jump down. Just make an athletics check just to make sure you don't biff it.
Got you.
Whoever's holding the rope's got her too long. That's how they check bungee jumps.
Why would you say shit like that?
You ever hear Jeff Foxworthy does a bit about how they...
Again and again, it shows you that it's real.
Yeah. Jeff Foxworthy does a bit about doing length of a bungee jump. All right, Ed, shorten it up a bit. Send his wife a T-shirt.
So you manage to hop down. You land sure-footed, superhero pose with a gnome on your back. Again, the lifeless body of Rufus currently sitting in front of you guys. Feel free to move your characters as you will. Rufus was basically currently just oozing out this sort of black ichor from within his body, not blood in any way, shape, or form, but this again, the black ichor.
He's still whole though, right? Is he still whole, or is he splitting another two pieces?
Right
now we've got his legs sewn on and both his arms.
So I think his bottom half and fold it on top of his top half.
All right, so we pick him up like firemen carry.
Tie it together.
Yeah.
Wrap it as much as we can so this shit doesn't really ick all over me. I don't want that shit all over me. So whatever we can do to package it up, let's do it.
I'm sitting up top using the water to wash myself.
You hog tie Rufus, tug on the rope. Who's pulling you up?
First send Rufus up.
All right, Ganja, you so you want to send Rufus up separately?
Yeah, it's too much for us to carry corpse, me,
right, Ganja,
and
make an athletics. It's gonna be a few athletics checks for Ganja. Make an athletics check. You're currently reefing.
I'll begrudgingly give him a hand.
All right, so make it with advantage because I guess you're gonna need it. Let's see what the next one comes through as.
Please. That's it wiggling.
You're muted if you think we're hearing you there, Chief.
I'm screaming at my girl.
Sorry, the second one rolled on D&D Beyond.
What was it? There we go. So you managed to, after 3 good pulls, as Rufus gets to the edge or the crest of the actual top, You see Ganja a couple times just smack his head up against the roof, and then manage to wiggle himself out of the or wiggle it out of the way and get Rufus back up. So he's got a bit of a crushed in skull too, but that's okay. But keeping in mind, as you guys are going to get pulled up, you just remember that you saw that happen. So rope comes back down, flying down to you two. What's happening next? Who's going where?
Dad.
I'm gonna jump on Gideon's shoulder, and we're gonna try to get back up the same we come down.
All right, so Ganja, go ahead and make an athletics check, and I'm assuming Pino is going to be helping him. Oh, that doesn't bode well. Need a 15 or higher. Oh, all right. So you reef, you pull. As the edge starts to get a little closer, Gideon, seeing exactly what had happened before, sort of shoves it out of the way. Make sure he comes up without any injury. You guys all get to the top. Rufus currently sitting. The black ichor sort of flowing through the water and down back into this open area. You are currently sitting within the Cragmaw hideout, with a technically intact Rufus with you.
Okay, gentlemen, can we take a rest here now? I'm fucked right up. I'm spent.
Please.
And, yeah, I think we would take a rest here, and I would take the time to start mending Rufus back together, and hopefully at some point be able to reanimate him.
You pull out your needle and thread.
Yeah.
Okay, you pull out your needle and thread, begin to stitch them back together. We're going to do a ritual with a few different, a few checks. It's going to be very similar to the same check. So if you want to bring Rufus back, it's going to be exactly the same as the last time, and you will get one chance at this.
No, I thought I got the spell. I thought I got the spell. Animate dead.
You have the spell, but keep in mind, if you do it with the spell, Rufus will have to be respelled every single day.
Okay, so we're gonna do it so I don't have to here. Oh, that's perfect. All right, let's do that.
I was assuming you were gonna try and do a ritual similar.
Yeah,
to
let's
what the
do
guy
some.
taught
Let's
you.
do some rituals. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, cool. So that's what he got then. The ability you gave him.
Yeah.
To have one potentially.
Oh no. The ability I gave him was the ability. It is the Resurrect Dead. This is a special case where Rufus has been with you very long time. He was a zombie that was given to Dab originally anyways.
Yeah.
So Dab is going to try and channel a little bit of that inner necromancer. So Dab, it is going to be 5, 10, 15, 20 made in order. One failure, and you're going to have to resort to what you had. So make 2 rolls, please. So make your first roll.
Arcanas?
Arcana. If anybody has any dice helping or anything else like that.
I'll use medicine because I like Rufus.
I'll help him.
I have an inspiration, don't I? Don't I have an inspiration?
I'll help him on all his rolls with my bardic inspiration.
Oh, go ahead. Let's go.
How many more bardic inspiration? Didn't you burn a bunch of those using cutting words?
Have we not had a rest since then?
You have not. You have had a death.
Well, I kind of used cutting words in my dreams.
That's 2, Dab.
Does that count if I used it in my dreams?
You did, yes. You've used it. You've spent that mental capacity, unfortunately.
I do have an inspiration that I did not use, though.
You did use it.
I didn't.
Yeah, because the inspiration that I gave you, you used in order to make an advantage roll rather than actually adding a dice.
You're right. I'm sorry. You're absolutely right.
So, before we do that, before we roll next, does anybody have anything else to help him with, or do we want to maybe let it go tonight?
I have some medicine.
I have good medicine. I have proficiency in medicine.
And you have every day's turn.
Point something out, guys. You're not trying to heal somebody. You're trying to bring undead zombie back from the dead.
I'm the only one that can roll. It's just I need buffers to my roll if possible, is what he's saying. But if nobody's got any buffers, we're good here. We got this half. We can finish our rest. Everybody have the shit in the morning. Continue the ritual in the morning with advantages if anybody's got them.
We are going to take a break here. We're going to take a quick smoke break. Everybody grab some food and whatever. We'll come back after a long rest, after a long night. Dab has focused his best and basically tuckered his little body right out. Rufus currently sitting right on the tip of coming back to life as Rufus the stunt zombie. We will come back in about 5 to 10 minutes and see what happens.
Awesome. Thanks for watching D&D THC. You'll see us on the other side of this break. Welcome back, D&D with THC. Just completed our long rest, had a quick smoke break. I'll kick it back to the DM. Take it away, Jared.
So coming back from a nice long rest, you took the time to take it in a cave. Gathered around right now a trembling Rufus the stunt zombie, who is hopefully moments away from reanimation. So you have two more, Dab. You have two more checks to make, a 15 and a 20. What are you doing?
So when we get up in the morning, I see Dab start looking over at fucking Rufus like he's gonna do something. And I walk up to him and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna let you feel like you're as good as you actually think you are, and tap him on the shoulder, and I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability on him. And enhance the Fox's Cunning. Whoops, that's not supposed to happen. That's supposed to happen. So Fox's Cunning, which is advantage on intelligence checks.
And I'm also gonna go and follow behind Pino, and same kind of thing. But I'm gonna add a couple little things to it. Remember, this is what a group that works together does. I'm not doing this just for you. I'm doing this for Rufus because he fought like a badass motherfucker up there. And I'm gonna cast Bless on him and Rufus.
I'm gonna get jealous of how much Nostra likes Rufus.
But I'll cast Bless on Dab and Rufus because if Rufus needs something, I don't know, he can have a D4 to his.
Rufus is an inanimate object at the moment, so.
Okay, well, I cast Bless on Dab myself just in case Richter tries to kiss me again.
There's a slight divine glow to the corpse.
And
Yeah.
then Richter.
Just calling him up.
Yep.
Get after it.
Are you putting Bardic Inspiration on me to roll to bring Rufus back?
Do you have, what, you're gonna roll the 5, 10, 15, 20 now?
I already rolled the 5 and the 10. Now I got to roll the 15 and the 20.
Okay, so you only need 2 of them, huh?
I may only need one. If I don't need your Bardic Inspiration, I won't use it.
Alright, I'm gonna give him Bardic Inspiration, and I'm gonna keep playing I Wanna Rock.
Okay, you keep playing I Want to Rock. So now,
Good morning.
you have advantage, and you have an extra D4. You are making your Arcana 15.
I think
I've
they're
got a
D6.
D4 and a D6.
Well, yeah, so if you have a potential D6 if you need it. I will stress this, though. A natural 1, whether or not your D4 and D6 will bring you
Why
up,
would you
a
fucking
natural
say that?
1
Okay.
Yeah, but in this case, because you have advantage, wouldn't it have to be double natural ones?
Don't you
Yes, it
put
would
that-
have to be double nat 1.
All right.
You're welcome.
So
Hey guys, we
He's
gotta learn
tricking
our
y'all into talking about these
the possibilities.
yeah,
Bill has told us
yeah.
times, don't even talk about those possibilities.
Oh, there's no shame. He's coming back.
Jared's
He's coming back.
Shiesty guy, bro.
There's
So
your
there's
15.
there's my 15. I don't got to use any of it.
Got to be all on your own. Coming up to the 20. 20
Wow,
to
come
raise-
on now. He ain't beating it without me.
20
He's
to
got
raise.
the D4 from Concentrate or from Bless too.
So there's the 18.
So you can't roll less than a 1. You automatically get 20. Because the inspiration and the bless.
Bless.
Yeah. So you want me to roll them just for shits and giggles, or?
Yeah, roll the blast for sure.
Okay, so the bless is a D4.
Yeah.
So there's 19,
That's why I had you roll.
Yeah.
and then what? Now I've got to use the Bardic Inspiration, right? Which is a D6.
Remember, you
I
got to beat a 20. You got
want
to beat a 20. You
to
don't have to make a 20. You beat a 20.
Okay.
Well, I made it
It's
15.
not being beating it is beating it.
No, you made a 17.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
17.
okay. I got you.
Yeah.
You didn't say nothing about beating it before. You said you could make 50. I got to roll the 20 in succession. That would be a 20 in
And
succession.
You can argue. You can argue that AC 20 means you hit 20.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could say. But he's the DM, boys.
Well, yeah.
Be nice, Jared.
I never thought in 1,000 fucking years you would roll 2.
It's because you fucking said it. It's because you made me fucking roll it. That's
What do you
why.
mean? What do you mean you never thought it was guaranteed?
Oh man.
This is why I said, and I
Every
let him throw you into those
time.
conversations about the worst possible scenario.
As you finish your chants, your auras, and you're moving your hands across, back and forth across Rufus. You close your eyes for your last piece. You say your incantation. All of a sudden, Rufus starts to lurch violently back and forth until, at which point his legs stand straight, but his body is still flopped out to the back. His body cracks up. You see his eyeball sort of sling out of his head and just basically sail across the cavern. One-eyed, poorly stitched together, still sort of oozing this black ichor just from a time. Rufus stands with +1 to his health. Rufus is alive once again.
And at this time, Dab's going to look around and see how everybody around him helped him and kind of maybe like start to realize the error of his ways and how selfish he's been in the past. And he's going to reach into his bag and he's going to pull out that brick of gold and just lay it on the ground in front of everybody.
You don't have that brick of gold.
Yeah,
Says said I did in the... Oh, Donnie fucked it up. Didn't keep up the notes.
I must not have erased it.
That brick.
I think Jared.
Yeah, but we got it back. We got it back from that guy. That was the only thing I got. Yeah, he stole my gold.
Yeah, he did pay us with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they told me to hold it.
Oh yeah, your guy. Yeah, you're right. So your guy paid it. You're right.
Did somebody else hold it though?
No, I had it.
Right. No.
So-
Yeah, he had it and paid him with it as well, and paid him with the brick. But let's keep in mind, Dab did not recognize the brick again because he rolled terribly on his perception.
Yeah. You remember that.
But anyway, I'm showing everybody that I'm not hiding anything from them anymore, and like just trying to show that I understand them helping me and the error of my ways. Da 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 da.
Just remember this. I don't want your money. We just want your loyalty.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself, mate. I'll take half of that brick.
Hey, why don't you hit it with that new sword or see what happens? See if you can cut it in half.
Shots fired here.
And
Gold
that,
in half the sword, and I don't appreciate the insinuation you're making, mate.
I'm sorry, I had a bad day
Be
yesterday.
careful of ridiculing me.
are you?
I had a bad day yesterday. We had too much growth this morning. I'm sorry.
Is anybody possibly able to help Rufus out a little bit with some healing?
Yeah.
He doesn't heal off of resting, does he?
We didn't rest. He just. Well, yeah, we would have to take another rest, and I would imagine he'll probably.
We're gonna
heal back.
travel. Why don't you just throw Rufus in the back of the fucking cart for now and let him rest up. See if it helps. If it doesn't, I'll have something for him.
Yeah, okay, we'll do that. If we're traveling long enough that he can take a long rest, then he'll get his healing back. But all right, yeah, that's what we'll do.
Zombies don't take long rests. They don't.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
So he would have to
Does
be
it
healed.
Does it get any hit dice this life?
No, he doesn't get any hit dice this life.
In that case,
So how do you
Okay.
heal him?
You heal.
Spells and stuff,
first level
Or
cure
heal.
wound.
or a healing potion. All right, let's go.
Yes.
Rufus has got 9 points.
Rufus is at 9 points of health at the moment.
That's enough
What's
for
his
now.
max?
12, I think.
22.
Is it 22?
No.
Damn, he got 22 HP.
Zombies are at 22.
Wow, that's legit useful as fuck.
I'm looking at Rufus and poking him in the chest. I wonder if we could put some armor on this fuck.
Yeah.
As you keep poking him, the stick, whatever you're using to poke him, just falls inside him.
That's nasty.
mean,
I poke him once more.
That was enough to get him topside, but even with 8 points of health, like he's squishy. And when I say squishy, he's literally squishy.
But there shouldn't be any reason we couldn't put armor on him.
You
Well,
absolutely could, yeah.
Well, I think that might be the next order of business. We are heading to that town we were
Neverwinter.
heading to.
Neverwinter, I believe.
Let me look at the map here. DM.
All right. Pull out your map, a very detailed map of the Sword Coast. Give me a second. Just got to put you on a different map so that I can get you there. Drag and drop. There we go.
So that was a Cragmaw hideout, correct?
Correct. You are currently down here. You still have
We're taking the
probably
high
2
road.
days worth of- yeah, you got
Everywhere.
about 2 days worth of travel to go.
Well, if that's the case, yeah, let's get on it. Let's get a move on. Yeah.
All right. So you smack the ox, which is still.
No, I jump on the back. I jump on the back or on the cart and grab the reins.
You jump on the cart, grab the reins, make a nature check.
Okay.
Are these ox still my friends, or did I do that way too long ago?
I think
the
the
ox-
fairies give us these ox.
The ox bucks you off and then looks back he looks back at Richter and says, "Don't you have him try that shit again."
I'm going to look right at the ox and say, "What do you mean? Why don't you like this?" Because I know that he's upset with me, and I know what he's saying, basically.
And he just sort of looks at you and blows out of his nostrils, like kicks his feet a little bit.
Fuck you, too. I'm going to put my head down and walk to the back and jump on the cart.
I'm just going to suggest that Pino sits on the back, and I'll feed the ox a little bit of grass from off the floor, and I'll sit on him.
All right. So he gladly takes you on his back. Anybody else walking along?
I'll just walk alongside the cart if I can keep pace with it without having to like run or anything like.
Definitely sitting on it.
I would
Fucking
get on
bastard
the
ox can
cart.
carry me.
I'll play my lute too.
I'm gonna sit on the cart.
Everybody just getting dragged. All right. What's Rufus is on the back as well, right?
Chilling.
Wait a minute, it's dragged. What do you mean dragged? It's not like a cart.
Well, no, it is being. It's a cart. He's dragging everybody along though.
Giving a ride to.
He's giving a ride to everybody. Dab, where are you?
Get
Is your
horses.
little legs on the cart too?
I like
I'll walk. It's fine. I don't want to
Arthur.
kill the ox.
Arthur Studios from Weed D&D's got a pretty sweet little emoji that he put in the chat there. He's got the green dice. I like that.
Arthur Weed D&D. I like that. The Weed D&D team. All right,
Yeah.
thanks.
Might have to do a little team versus team somewhere down the line.
I'm sorry, but you guys are too inexperienced for that.
Yeah,
Oh.
right. Oh no, smoke. I'll kiss every single one of them motherfuckers.
Yeah, you can pass off your D&D.
That's the secret weapon there, mate.
They got
He's gonna
bows and
kiss him.
arrows. Wait till they get some of my clap.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that clap. All right. So I just need one more person. So as you guys are moving along, you go through most of the day. Pick a guy, do a D100, folks. Let's see what happens.
I do it.
I do E.
Ooh.
Nice.
7. Big numbers.
Uh-oh.
Big numbers is bad. And the riddles it was bad.
Uh-oh. So you guys, you come to, you're moving your way along the trail. You come to a spot that looks, decent enough for a night's camp. It's starting to get, the hours are starting to wane. It's starting to get late into the evening. Are you guys doing anything?
I'm doing a dab.
Before I down for my trance, I'm going to use another spell slot, another Cure Wounds on Rufus.
All right.
And same with me before bed, whatever
Wow.
you need. And
Everything
I'll-
else has been shit, but my heels are big.
Jared, are you keeping track of Rufus? What's he at now? He's at
We're at
9.
17.
No, he's at
9 plus
he's at
11 is 20.
He's at 20.
I'll use 2 points of lay on hands to fill him out at 22.
All right, you
All right, so
fill him out at
Rufus is full house.
Rufus back to full health. All right, I have to start putting
There's
Rufus.
definitely some in here, yo.
There's definitely somewhat.
Like another place, maybe like over here.
Oh, you're looking on the map.
Yeah, I wanted to go through those woods really bad. I wanted to go through Agatha's lair. Through the woods to Thunder Tree.
You guys are currently on the high road, probably about halfway up. You're probably right around here.
Did we go into Agatha's lair, didn't we?
We did. But I suggested when we were there to go to Thunder Tree that we just cut right through the woods instead of going around. And everyone was like, no way. Nobody goes through the woods.
I think it's better to go to Neverwinter because we're going to try to get some supplies with all this money we got.
Oh, fire. Yeah, let's do that.
So, as you guys are sort of sleeping, or you're sleeping the way of the night, who's taking watch at this point?
Probably the elves usually. So how many elves are there?
Three of us.
I'll take first watch, riding the ox.
I'll go for second.
I'll take the last.
All right, so I need each of you to make perception checks.
Oh, at the same time, or?
Yeah, Richter's is fine. So Richter, on your watch, you especially, you start to hear murmurs. You start to hear almost like talking back and forth, and you hear, "Shh, don't talk. They'll see us." You actually hear that pretty clearly. Surprisingly enough, you keep hearing like branches crackling.
After the first talking that I hear, I pretty much immediately wake up Gideon and the other elves and tell them to wake up the person next to them.
Is Gideon an elf?
No.
Gideon and the other elves.
Oh,
Yeah,
Gideon and the other elves. So
It's
poor
just,
Dab.
I forgot.
The only one
I
that doesn't
forgot
get to wake
Dab
up.
is
Dab is
And
just
Rufus.
left sleeping on the ground. And Rufus.
Dab
Everybody
wakes
else is
up.
awake.
I'm gonna wake up Dab, shake him by the foot.
So you just shake Dab's foot.
And I'm gonna immediately
Dab's
get
currently
which,
choking.
which direction did I hear it coming from, Jared?
You sort of heard it all around you. Like you heard it talking like behind your head, back and forth in this direction, and then you sort of hear it diagonally from yourself.
I'm just gonna let them know that we're surrounded, and I'm gonna turn around.
So
What did you hear?
you made your perception check. Ganja, everybody can make a perception check at this point.
Do I make an extra one?
Oh yeah, you can. Perhaps.
I don't have any buffs anymore, right?
What's that?
No, that's long gone.
No. Yeah, your buffs are gone. So anyone over a 15 starts to hear back and forth. Shh! I told you they've woken. Oh, I wonder what they'll do to us now.
Well, and now
What did they say?
I'm gonna say out loud, "Come out now, and we won't kill you all."
And then all of a sudden you just hear, "Mighty fine talk from such a little fucking Homo sapien."
Who are you calling a homo?
With dark vision?
You do have dark vision too.
Yeah. So do I see him with my dark vision?
Currently, you just see like a bunch of trees around you, and it looks like a normal forest. But the voices that are coming in seem like they're coming from a place that's extremely close to you.
So, did it sound like he had a dwarvish accent?
No. I mean, that's kind of racist to say that there's a specific accent for dwarves. Dwarves are great.
It's the language I know. It's the language I know.
Can I roll? I'm looking around. I rolled really poorly on perception.
So they're speaking common, by the way.
You said they are speaking common?
They're speaking common. Everybody can hear this.
Yeah, I figured they're human.
Oh, well, mate, maybe you should come out and speak with us then.
I'm speaking with you right now. So all of a sudden, the voices are starting to get louder, and like they sound like
Relax yourself. Why does it have to be conflict?
I'm going to. This is your final warning, and I'm gonna shoot off the sombrero song sword.
Do you still have
and with the lights that come out of it and stuff, I'm gonna try to see if I can see them.
So can I do a nature check to see if it's the trees?
Remember?
What?
No, he changed it to the Jingle Bell Rock song. Remember?
It was the sort of Jingle Bell Rock.
It's the sort of Jingle Bell Rock.
Are the trees talking to us?
Jingle bells.
You don't know. I mean, you're hearing voices coming from around you. You have like many big trees sitting in your area.
With
Right
the
now,
lights,
this
sword.
going up, and this thing is shooting out fireworks, just going. and it's like shooting at all these things. He's like, you just hear, turn not off that infernal folderol. And then you see like the trees just start to shake. All of the trees around you in your area just start to shake, and you start to feel the ground start to rumble.
Maybe take down the sword before whatever the fuck this is destroys us all.
I'm gonna shoot the tree nearest to me.
Guys,
Where would that be?
Well,
So in a direction, just point in a direction.
I am going to shoot the one behind Ganja if I can.
As he's taking aim, I'm gonna step back
Okay.
because I know he's prone to this kind of behavior.
You take aim at the tree directly behind you. All of a sudden, you feel or you hear your arrow hit, and you just hear, "Oi! I mean, that wasn't one of me, but that could have been a brother."
Well, that was just a warning, so let's speak.
So, hold on. Yeah, let's talk about this. I mean, what the fuck does a tree speak?
Right behind Dab and Pino, the ground starts to shake, and it starts to get more and more violent. The tree right behind you starts to twist and turn into this massive, humanoid shape. You just hear, and you all of a sudden you see this large wooden stick, probably about 20 feet tall, just come out of the ground and like slam onto the ground. You hear, "What in the hell do you think you're doing?"
And Druidic, I'm gonna say, hold on. We were just defending ourselves.
Defending yourselves, my ass! I didn't touch you.
We mean you no harm, but you are coming at us pretty aggressively.
All of a sudden, you see a big, almost like a tree-rooted foot just slam on the ground. It probably stands 3 times the size of Gideon's height at the moment. You see another arm come out of the ground. All of a sudden, you see a hand go on to almost like that cane-looking piece. You see in the front of you look up at a tree, up at this massive tree that's standing above you. The hair is starting to grow and basically move down towards the chest area. You see almost like a humanoid face come into the tree's long vines, making up a massive beard that just turns to you and goes, "I don't think you understand where you're sitting, laddie."
Whoa, why don't you tell us where you're sitting?
Sorry,
I'm going to look at Richter. I'm going to say, you probably don't want to piss this thing off.
I'm going to ask it a question.
By all means. He sort of turns and goes, "Oh!"
Do you like the song? And I'm going to play Jingle Bell Rock with my lute as it's going off in the air.
As what's going off in the air? Is this sword still up?
Yeah, but the sword's still up, but I'm going to try to string Jingle Bell Rock with my lute at the same time.
All right, so as the sword's going off, you see it just go, "Oh, turn it off!" And then you see he out of his cane, he just sort of pushes forward his hand, and a bright light comes out and basically obliterates the sword. And it just basically explodes the sword in air, and he goes, "Turn the fucking thing off!" And it just, as it comes down, you see he turns and the sword has fallen down. You're still trying to play, and he sort of gets down onto your level again. This head alone, you see him sort of get down on his knees, still got his arm up on his crotchety leg, and he goes, "Play one more."
This is a hard decision.
We could make this a friend.
Yeah, I want to discreetly while
we could make this guy a friend.
I'm just
while he's focused on Richter, I want to pour the remaining of my malt liquor on my sword.
Come on, man.
Okay. All of a sudden, so you're standing right over here, Gideon. You start pouring the remaining of your liquor on your sword. All of a sudden, you see a large vine just wrap around your hand and hold your hand tight. At which point, a second tree, standing a little bit smaller than the main one, comes into view right beside you.
And check or anything to try to avoid that?
You do not get a check to try to avoid that. That came out of completely nowhere, so you wouldn't have expected it. So that was a surprise. Another vine wraps around your hand, and you just hear, "I don't think so, mate." And the big guy's just sternly standing right in front of Richter, just with his chin up. Are you playing that note?
I'm just gonna go dunna 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 and say nothing.
And you just all of a sudden you see the eyes, like, again. So this, imagine a computerized face, or a humanoid face in branches. You see the two branches that make up the eyebrows just squint down. He goes, "You're a fuck, aren't you?"
Dunna dunna dunna.
All of a sudden you start to see a small, like, smile start to bridge onto his face. He goes, "Fucking humans." And he just stands back up, and he gets up and goes, "What are you and your tone-deaf friend doing in our forest?"
We are just passing through.
Passing through to where? You're on the high road.
I'm gonna grab Rufus and say our friend is very sick and he needs medical attention immediately.
He turns to you and goes, "I'm sorry to tell you, mate, but your friend's fucking dead."
No!
Dab, make him wave. Make him wave, Dab.
Like
I'm
Rufus
gonna
wave.
hysterically cry, and I'm gonna try
He's
to.
alive.
I'm gonna try to convince him that it's very upsetting to me.
Make a deception roll.
This is weekend at Rufus's.
Dab's actually underneath Rufus waving his arm for him.
No, not Rufus. Rufus was my greatest friend of
Again.
all time.
Yo!
What?
He turns to you and goes, "Wow, you must have really loved the lad. I'm sorry to tell you, friend, but your friend's undead now. There's another soul inhabiting his body."
I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna say, "Well, I got an open friend slot if you want to hang out, since I just lost one."
And he just turns, you hear him say, "Sephipa, come look at these twats." And all of a sudden the tree right behind Ganja and Rufus just starts to grow back up. Again, slightly larger than the one over here, but still smaller than this one. It moves its way in and goes, "I don't want to hear anything you have to say. I'm still pissed." And at which point you hear the larger one, "Oh, come on then. We've been in this forest for 450 years. When are you going to let it go?" And then
I'm gonna say, "All of you stop yelling. My friend just died. Let him rest in peace."
He turns to Dab, he turns down to Pino and he goes, "You put one branch in a wayward hole, and now it's this for the rest of your life."
Yeah.
Wow.
They're still restraining me. Like, would you? Embarrassing scene.
Sorry, I didn't get that, Al.
I'd like to. I'll turn to the tree that's restraining me, and I'm like, would.
Oh.
See.
Same shit.
You cut out at the exact same time again, Al.
What the fuck, bro?
Basically,
I
every
ain't saying
time,
nothing.
What I wanted to say was,
What I was about to.
All right,
Al is gone.
Al, I think Al's gone. I think Al's gonna try to come back in. So he turns down to you and goes, "Now, what exactly are you doing in this forest? Because not many folk take the high road anymore.
I'm
I've
gonna
only
tell him our friend's dead
bandits and
now.
bastards."
That was
Our
back.
friend is dead now, so now we don't got nothing to do. We was just taking him to the hospital. We were taking him to go see the doctors. He needed medical attention. You're telling me he's dead. Now I don't got nothing to do. That's why I'm asking him if he wants to hang out.
He goes, "Calm down, son. Calm down. You're hysterical." And all of a sudden, he whips out like a small vine that just slaps you across the face. So you take so half of it. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as this slap across the face. Just calm down, son. You're hysterical. I'm sorry, but your friend is gone. It happens to the best of us. I lost a red oak once. It was the best damn tree ant I ever met.
Now, what was Gideon saying while he's tied up? You're back now, Al.
Gideon, oh, don't tell me again. Fucking.
No, I'm not. I just don't understand.
That was so funny.
Gideon, what are you saying to the one that's got a hold of your arm right now?
Nothing.
Nothing.
You mind letting go of my friend over there?
I'm gonna after he
Turns-
slaps
he
you
turns
with
to
the
him and
vine,
goes- he
I'm
looks
gonna
down and
go,
goes,
okay,
huh?
okay, just let my friend go.
And he just turns and he goes, "Hey, Alfric, come on now, they're nice folk." And then he looks down at your sword and he goes, "Weren't gonna do anything fishy with that, were you?"
Better to be prepared, mate.
I like this one. Only problem is, mate, you can burn us all you want. Our soul's still here. And he starts slapping his chest, and like branches are breaking off everywhere, flying off into all directions.
Probably
Brush off the
hitting me
leaves that
right
come
in the
off.
fucking face.
What's that?
Probably hitting me in the face. I'm standing right in front of this guy. I
He
got a
turns to
bird's
you and
nest in
goes,
the
"Now,
face.
I think the first place you're gonna wanna go is up the road to Neverwinter. But be careful there. There'll be bandits all around the town trying to say to the police."
Tell you, mate, I am in a mood to bash a few brains in.
Well, that's
Did you
good
say
for
bandits?
you. We
you
don't
say-
have any.
The town. Bandit town saying to the police.
Correct. I've seen them all
militia.
over the place. I've seen a lot come through here. Piss
Oh,
ants
this-
like yourselves. Nicer folk, just trying to make a living. And then those little bastards with the fucking barrels.
What are they doing
The
with the
barrels.
barrels?
The barrels of alcohol?
Well, whatever they got in them, they make people real fucking loopy. I'll say that.
Oh, yo, you remember the bastard we fucked up along the road?
So, and I'll point to the barrel and I say, do the barrels look like this? Because we still have one on our wagon, right?
All of a sudden, you see the female tree get worked up. I told you it was another one! And you just see her start to get like massively worked up. She's stomping all over the place. Ganja, make a dexterity saving throw.
Come on a minute, lass. We killed the owner of this one.
How do I know you're telling the truth?
Didn't actually kill him, he escaped.
Don't fucking tell him that.
Ganja,
How did he
as this tree's just stomping around, you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as one of the logs comes down and like temporarily crushes you as it comes back up. She's just basically flipping out right now, and she's like, "I'm not sticking around for this!" And she starts taking off out into the woods this way. And he turns and you just hear him go, "Oh, Sepapa, come on! These are nice folk."
Before he leaves with her, I want to ask him: have they been cutting down the trees around here?
They've been doing horrible things to our friends. But our friends couldn't speak. They aren't as brave as me. I wasn't about to have that happen.
Can we ask him if we can? Is there any way that we can help you with that while we're here?
Yeah, kill the fucking pricks that keep doing it. It's not hard.
Do you know how to kill them?
I'm
Their
assuming
barrel-
a swift stab to the chest would work.
Yeah, but their barrel
What if
seems
we
to
lure
give them
into the
powers.
woods?
Powers, you say? Interesting. That explains a lot. We stepped on a few of them a little while back. They just wouldn't go down. Cockroaches, they were. You're telling me that barrel's got some kind of power in it?
Yeah, we're too afraid to touch it. I mold earthed it onto the back of the wagon because I was scared of the consequences that might come. My friends took a drink of the beverage inside and paid the price. I did not, but we managed to
Got a
defeat
bit
this
busy,
guy.
did you, eh, boys?
Yeah,
Hey?
Wasn't me. I didn't try any of it.
and
All of
then
a sudden-
Fucking fantastic.
All of a sudden,
Drink
as
unicorn
he's
blood
giggling,
and
you see a
tripped
large,
out for fucking days.
yeah. All of a sudden, you see a
was-
large vine come out of nowhere and just slap the tree across or up the back of the head. It goes, "Whoa! I never said I put took."
but either way, if you think there's anything you can find out from that barrel, feel free to let us know.
Let me have a look. Would you mind telling your ox to calm his shit? And right now, the ox is just fucking going nuts.
I'm gonna talk to him and say that he's a friend.
Make a persuasion roll.
Let's go.
Nailed it.
Yeah, he turns to you and sort of he looks looking at you. You can tell that it's he's worked up, but I mean he trusts what you say. He calms back down.
I'm gonna pull some grass out of the floor, look at the tree, say no offense, and hand it to the ox.
He turns to you and goes, "No offense taken. Those things are fucking pricks."
You know some grass, do you?
I just know that other plants aren't exactly kind to us trees. Trying to take our land, make them think that they're better than us because they can put shit on top.
Republican ass trees.
Wow. So,
And with that, the Republican tree takes a swing.
it's just in the shape of an elephant. It all of a sudden you see the tree sort of moves over to your stand, and it moves to sort of put his hand down around it. It loops his hand around the actual unit itself, or the barrel itself, and picks it up and goes, "Oh, this is old magic. This is. I haven't seen this for hundreds of years. You're saying every single one of these little bastards got one of these on their backs?"
That's what you were saying.
Anyone
Oh,
we've
nice.
encountered.
Well, I know they've gotten barrels. I didn't think they had these. What you've got here, it's a soul steal. Traps the souls of people that he's killed and keeps giving them back. That's dark magic, that is.
Are you saying I drank somebody's soul?
Oh no, the beer is great.
Oh, good.
The
So can you
grog
pour some out?
The grog out of here was fantastic. Oh, absolutely. And he just starts pouring it onto the ground.
Whoa, hold on. Let me get a cup here. I start rummaging around, trying to find a canteen. Water skin, something.
He's still pouring it on the ground at the moment.
I have a question to ask.
Got my
Is
canteen
it
under.
possible, since
Fill it
my
up.
jug is magical and I've had this ale before, that I could create it inside my jug?
Yes.
No.
Really?
Ah.
No. Your alchemy jug has limitations, and your limitations are spelled out in its name.
You can make mayonnaise, though.
You get mayonnaise.
You get mayonnaise.
Ale.
You can
It
make
says I
mayonnaise.
can make ale.
Wine, too.
I think you can make poison as well.
Can he make unicorn blood?
No.
No?
No, he can't.
Even if I could, I would only make it if I
Asking
could sell
because
it.
I'm a fucking junkie now, man.
Yeah, you fucking junkie
I
crap.
need that shit, man.
And you fucking share with me. But Jones and ever since the first trip.
As far as we know, that's what you all consist of now. Me and
I'm gonna go to
Gideon are
Philly.
the only
You
ones
know
we
where
know
we
made
can
it
get
out all
unicorn
right.
blood?
And he just goes, "Am I supposed to be pouring this on the ground? Because, I mean, this is good grog going to ice, mates."
I don't know. I filled Mike
You
up.
give it
You
to
do
him.
what you
I'll,
want.
I'll fill up my canteen.
All right, so you fill up your canteen. So this is basically, he sort of puts it back up. He goes, "There was only a little bit more left, lads, and I'll leave it in there for you. But understand what you've got here. This is the Reaper's sickle. Anybody
if-
wearing this, they get imbued with a necromancy power. They can't do it, though. It just sort of heals them up with all the souls that it steals. It's a dark magic, not one to be taken lightly. And I'll tell you, in my 700 years, I haven't seen many of these. And if all these little bastards are running around, there's a powerful warlock in our midst, and I think we should all be afraid."
So without just thinking about himself, without thinking about himself and just grabbing a hold of it, he's gonna look around at the rest of the group and say, "Do you think it's a good idea if I maybe put this thing on?"
I
I'm
don't
just
think
wondering if we could shrink it down
I
to
don't
gnome
think it's
size.
a good idea at all, mate.
if this.
I don't
Little
mind it.
pipsqueak, this thing would crush you.
If this tree man says there's a warlock, maybe whoever's wearing it, he controls them. We don't need you being controlled by somebody else.
I don't know what this does, lad. I just know it's dark magic and it need not be touched.
We should put it on Rufus.
I was just thinking. My wife literally just said that.
That I could get with more than putting it on you.
But that's
Sure, we
that
should
buddy's
put it on
friend.
the ox.
No. Put it on the ox.
Why don't we get a necromancer ox, man? That's my guy.
Man,
We
put
could have
it on
Rufus and an
Rufus.
ox.
It's the least amount of risk.
So I would ask, then ask the tree to strap it to Rufus.
But I thought that was that little guy's friend. Why
He's
you want to
got-
do and put such a mean thing on him?
Well,
And I'll
risk
just-
not whatnot, mate.
And I'd
He
just
is a little
whisper,
much,
I'd whisper in the tree's ear, and I'd say, he's got chlamydia, and I think it's starting to get to his brain. Just play
Oh.
along.
And all of a sudden, he leans down towards Richter and winks his eye, and then stands back up. Richter, you have absolutely no idea why. All of a sudden, you see a vine come back out again and smack him upside the head.
And then I would have
I'm gonna ask him to help us defeat the warlock.
I won't. I'm sorry, lad. I'm 700 years, and I plan to live a 700 more. I
But
don't
you
go
have
putting my
an army? Aren't you sick of your people getting killed?
I don't put my tree roots where they don't belong, lad. This is my forest, and this is where I live. I give good luck to you, and I'll help you place this on that fucked up looking friend of yours.
If
That's
they
about
come
all I
here,
can do.
if they came here, would you fight them?
They came to my forest, I'd protect my people, but that's about all I can do.
Okay.
Let's start writing up the invitation cards.
So then I'd strap. then I'd get him to strap it to Rufus.
So
We
he
got to
turns to
lure
you
the
and goes,
warlock into the
well,
woods.
clearly these won't do. So what he does is you see Rufus and Rufus just like, so make an Arcana check real quick, Dab, because you are basically asking Rufus to stand still throughout all this.
Dab, can you teleport shit?
Yeah, once.
What can you do?
I can Misty Step myself and anything I'm holding. So that's above
So
a 10.
Rufus sort of stands still. This massive tree sort of puts his hands down. The fingers will go out to vines, and they wrap around Rufus's waist to hold up, sort of give a waist hold to this barrel. The barrel gets strapped around Rufus's back. All of a sudden, you see Rufus just push forward, his chest come out. Several hands reach forward reach like through Rufus's chest and stretch the skin on the front of his chest, and then pull back in. You start to hear screams as he opens his mouth. His eyes go jet black, and then he just sort of relaxes back down. All the white return, or I guess all of the gray returns to his eyes.
I'm gonna quickly paint.
I need everybody to make
cake with the hands that come out his chest.
All right, so you begin to press on the chest with patty cakes on the hands. I need everybody to make a perception check except for Pino and Ganja.
We gotta lure these guys into the woods. Have the trees killed them.
So before that, I'm
I
just
took
gonna
a swig of that alcohol. I'm a little drunk, honestly.
Ganja and Pino, you almost like you're basically because you're seeing all of this happen. You go to sort of rub your eye and because you almost say like your eyes are getting bugged. You rub your eye a little bit and you look down and sort of squeeze or moving it in between your fingers. You see blood.
I see blood coming out of my eyes.
Not you. Only Ganja and Pino.
That's not right. Can I make like an internal check on myself?
I don't feel fresh.
What do I feel?
I think you're fucking tripping, dude.
Yeah, you can certainly. I mean, it's not really an internal check. It's you just you feel fine otherwise, but you just felt blood sort of come out of your eye.
Can I tell him he's tripping?
I'm gonna grab Dab, looking right in the face, and say, "What the fuck is going on here?" And I'm gonna look at his eyes, see if anything's happening with his eyes.
And I'm gonna just turn back to him. I'm gonna turn back to him and say, just don't let Richter lick it, because we'll end up back where we were before.
Dad, you look at his eyes, you look at his hands, and there's nothing there.
Oh, I don't see the blood?
So what I was going to point out, Dad,
Well, there is no blood. He's bugging out.
Yeah,
We don't
Gab and
see it
Richter
because we
both
rolled
saw
high.
Ganja and Pino rub their eyes like this and like rub it in their hands. But when Pino runs over to you, Dab, sort of showing you what's showing you his eye, you don't see anything.
Oh, I'm just gonna tell him, man. I think you're going fucking crazy.
Yeah, I have a higher
just
tolerance
high again?
because of my chlamydia, so you guys are just tripping out.
Just high again. All right, I'm okay with that. I go back to where I was.
Ganja?
Ride it out.
I mean, I don't say anything at first, but like I look at Pino and like I try to make eye contact with him, and like, I
Now, I have a question. Do you see each other's blood?
God, well, that depends. Pino, are you sort of gonna meet his gaze?
I look at him.
Yeah, so you do. You see each other. You see the blood sort of pooled in the corner of his eye.
Well, that can't be fucking right.
I can see it. I can see
You're
the
just
blood.
drunk, man.
What kind of fucking drugs do we take?
Some
I didn't
fucking
take
evil
anything.
shit from 5.
I didn't take anything.
I didn't drink any of the grog. I didn't take any of the unicorn blood. I didn't take any of that shit.
No, but you both died
Fuck.
to our blood cells.
You
And then
didn't
we're
know
re-
that. You don't know that.
But
And
they
we
would,
don't
wouldn't
know.
they?
We know that.
Know that either.
We
The
got
last
fucked
thing
up.
they saw, the last thing they saw was they got fucked up. They saw a white light and they fell through.
We're some kind of priest.
And so then what about me and Gideon? What did we see?
You would have seen the same thing. All of a sudden, as soon as you saw the massive explosion of blood in front of you, you would have seen darkness and you would have started to come through the floor. And the next thing
Can
you
I
knew,
look at the tree?
you woke up in the.
Can I look
So
at
then
the
I would
tree
look-
and say what's happening to my friends.
You right now you don't know anything. Well, you know that there's blood in your eyes. You heard them say something about blood in their eyes.
So then I would ask the other
Right.
two, I would say to the other two, how did you guys find your way down to the bottom of that cave we were in? Gideon and ourselves, as far as me, I don't know about you, Gideon, but as soon as I destructed my blood self, I seen a white light and come down here. How did you get down, Gideon?
Pretty much the same, eh?
What
Down
about-
my blood doppelganger, and I appeared there.
And what
I can
happened
tell
to
you
the
mine
two
was
of you?
pretty similar. I felt a bunch of pain and a bright light, and I was down.
But you didn't down your blood self?
Well, it was a whole bunch of mess up there. There's nobody left.
Dude, what the fuck?
We
is
kind of
going on?
boom beat each other at the same time.
And Ganja, what about you?
I remember getting hit, and then I came through.
I think it's a little strange that both of us, Gideon and I, recall killing our blood cells. Neither one of you two can remember, so to speak. But I would say there's some correlation there.
And there's blood in my eyes.
Blood
it look
cells,
weird?
blood eyes,
look
white
like
Oh,
blood.
you're
normal?
blood.
blonde anyway.
Well, why don't you girls stop crying and let's go?
I'm happy as can be.
Yo, can we get back to the most important thing? What the fuck just happened to Rufus? Is he looking more healthy than he did before?
What, if you got blood in his eyes too?
Rufus currently is sitting just. So it's a good question. So make a perception check on Rufus.
All of us?
Only the ones that listen to Gideon.
Finally, get to look at the icky goreness with a good eye.
Okay, so I guess it's only Gideon. Gideon, you happen to walk over to Rufus and sort of poke him. Seems firmer. Seems like he's got a little tougher skin, and actually the hue is starting to look a little different too.
Do I still sense like I have a connection to him?
This thing, look at this thing. Look at this thing. It's regenerating Rufus. It's literally making him stronger, better, healthier.
Yeah, do you feel as much control as you
So
had
Jack,
before?
put on a
You
check.
still control him, Dad. Try to control him.
What if he's an asshole?
Was this a mistake?
Dad,
What if he's
you,
like a straight edge prick?
as of right now, you still feel like you have the same control over him, but something's different. There's
So I just-
definitely something there. So when you go to control Rufus, I mean, considering the score that you just got, when you go to control Rufus, it feels like you're controlling. It feels like you're asking for an army to do something rather than just Rufus.
And I would relay that. I said he's definitely stronger. I'll probably might have some struggles bringing him in, making him do anything I want to do. It seems like he's stronger, but he still is responding nonetheless.
So maybe this
I have a
warlock
question about your connection to Rufus.
whoever is wearing this thing. Maybe
Does
this warlock
Rufus
control over Tris.
Does Rufus what? Sorry.
think?
Yes and no. He's very easily
Well, what did you think
persuasive.
about me?
So zombies have so anybody who knows, I mean, Dad would know this especially. Zombies have more of a survivalistic brain in them. They technically do think, but they don't have thoughts. They don't have subconscious or anything else like that. They do what they think is best for them. That will serve them. So if they're hungry, they're going to go find food. If they're threatened, they will fight back. So on and so forth. So they don't necessarily have an animalistic brain, but they have more of a primal one.
Okay, so that's the zombie has a primal brain, right?
Right.
These guys have been rearing the crates. They obviously have thought because they tried to trick us.
Indeed.
Do you sense any of that in Rufus?
Can I see if I like Rufus? Like, does Rufus try to communicate with me at all in any
Is
type
this
of way
still
now?
Rufus?
Or
Really, that's what I'm asking. Is this still Rufus?
Well, as far as you can tell, it's still Rufus. Rufus is just still standing there, just.
Yeah, I never really had a mental connection with him. I was just able to ask him to do things for me, and he would choose whether or not he
Got
would
you.
want to
And the
do
only
it.
reason I'm even asking about it is because before it was nothing. He was like a remote control, but
Yeah.
now he looks a little different. Is he
Can I
different?
ask the tree? Can I go to the tree? Can I be like, yo, are you bringing my dead friend back to life?
He turns to you and goes, I told you before, lads. That barrel there is dark magic. And you better be wary whoever holds it, whether the man's got a brain or not. And I'm sorry to say, friend, but that ain't your friend no more.
Oh, we should take the fucking barrel off of him, man.
Why would
We're
we
trying to sell this fucking thing.
He's useful now more than ever before.
Why don't we just put a
Or
fucking
is
set of
he?
armor on him, stick a long sword in him, and we'll call him
Rufus the
Rufus.
barrel, the baronet.
Now, as we kill people, it'll regenerate his soul if what this tree says to be true. The only thing we have to worry about is losing control of him. Whoever created this dark magic, taking it back over. But with the friends I've made in the past and the knowledge I gained, I think we've got a pretty good shot of using this to our advantage.
I can help a little bit with that, maybe.
Yeah, I think if we all work together, we can make this work in our favor.
Nice. If we can,
I'm
we
not
can find
convinced.
a way to make gold. This will be amazing.
Nostra, you're the deciding vote here. Looks like it's 2-2. Me and
No,
Nino.
I
Yeah.
said we might be able to pull it off. Like, I can gain control of him, possibly if somebody else does as well as Dab. So,
And we'll
But
put armor on
Are
him
you
to
gonna be
boot.
able to gain control of him against this strong ass wizard?
We got Super Rufus now.
no, it's
Warlock?
against
What if
Rufus's wisdom.
What if the warlock uses him?
I'm wondering if the warlock might be the same warlock that created him. We never asked him about these barrel dudes.
Oh, that's
And if that's the case,
your guy.
I left
What
on
about-
good terms with
Your
him.
guy
So
make this?
I don't know. I left on good terms with him, so
I'm
maybe
gonna
my
look
bad
at Rufus,
decisions might work
and
for
I'm
us
gonna
in the
say,
end.
Rufus, what do you think?
Does Rufus respond?
Rufus just goes,
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
See, guys,
Rufus, pour me a drink of that.
Rufus doesn't move.
I'll ask Rufus.
Fucking useless still.
I'll try to get Rufus to pour a drink.
Rufus
Get
just
into the barrel.
Rufus sort of waddles over. So keep in mind the bung of the barrel is actually sitting towards Rufus's ass. So Rufus sort of waddles over to Pino and hits Pino's arm, knocks the cup down on the ground, and then squats over the cup. And that's about it.
Oh,
Perfect.
God.
Perfect, Rufus.
All right. So
Well, the moment you think you're losing control, we kill fucking Rufus.
I'm okay with that. I think I can dispatch Animate Dead at any time. Can I not?
Yes.
Can you? You can turn it off? Well, that's Animate Dead. Remember, you didn't bring Rufus to life with Animate Dead.
No, I brought him to life with a ritual.
Yep.
I don't know. Well, if the time comes and we need to do it, we know we just got to get the barrel off him somehow to remove his
Hey,
power.
yo,
So.
is he even like a zombie anymore? Shouldn't he be more now? Because
Well, you said he was
seems
firm.
like
He said he was
more
firmer
than a
before when
zombie.
you. Yeah, he was firmer before when you poked him. But as soon as we take the barrel off, he resorts back to his normal self. We know where his power is coming from this time, at least.
Why would we take the barrel off? It seems that
If
don't
we
seem like
lose,
it makes sense.
if we lose control of Rufus, is what he's saying. If
If we lose control of Rufus, it's probably time for the end of Rufus.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. Either kill him, but in order to kill him, we're gonna have to get the barrel off of him. We know this, so I think we should do all right.
All right, let's create our own worst enemy. Perfect.
And then
And then sleep beside him. And then sleep
Definitely a
beside him.
possibility. It's definitely a possibility. But you know what?
You don't want to barrel up Rufus. I just want to put a fucking suit armor on him.
so then I would then turn to the old tree at this time and say, "You've killed many of these
We
before."
went through all this to bring him back. Why not make him into a great Pokemon?
It's a big risk, big reward with the evolution.
Yeah,
but
Rufus is evolved.
Rufus has got to be at least a Revenant or something by now.
Yeah.
I feel
Like,
like
he's
what?
like a super
slightly more
zombie.
sentient, and I'm keeping an eye on him.
You've killed
He's a
these.
super zombie at this point.
these
This
barrel-
turned so dark too. I never thought the mines of Phandelver would turn into Zombie City.
But Dad would look at the old tree and say, "You've killed these goblins with the barrels on them before. You said you stomped on them; they were hard to kill. So how did you kill them before? You just ran them out of their souls, or you were able to disconnect the barrel from them, or?"
I never took the balls to try, mate. I just broke it within under me feet. The fuckers finally died after a while.
Okay. How
You
would you
broke the
say?
barrel,
How would you think a group such as ourselves would dispatch these in a efficient way? Because you've already said that we are bound to encounter some along the way.
Fire,
You'd have to deal some heavy damage, lad.
fire,
Make sure you kill him dead.
fire.
But
Is
I
there-
would first do what you did to get this barrel in the first place. Get it the fuck off. That's the power.
Is there any way that you know of?
What? So the first thing that happened is we just slice off Rufus's arms and slide the barrel off.
Yeah.
The only problem with the barrel, mate, is it's mated. It's bound to this friend you call Rufus now. See those tree branches on the bottom? No little axe can fix that. Now, luckily, you don't really care too much, so you could just cleave your friend in half. Other than that, it'll be more of a bitch than you think. And if he gets enough power, I suggest you pull the trigger early, rather than later.
Pull the goddamn barrel off
Use
Rufus.
to take us to this warlock.
And
So
with that, I think we're going to call it for the evening.
yeah, we'll take a long rest with these trees overlooking us. I think they're okay with us now, right? They'll protect us. I would
You
ask
mind
them
if
if
we
they
sleep in
could.
your forest, friend?
Yeah.
After this
I think I can give you
fucking
back
mess we
one
just
night.
created,
I think I
we're
can
gonna
give you
need a
back
rest.
one night, but keep your friend around here any longer, and I'll start getting people mad at me.
And I think is he
I
referring
feel
to
the same
Rufus
way
or
you do
Richter?
about him.
Is he referring to Rufus or Richter?
Rufus with the barrel. He doesn't like the barrel people. And you just made him a barrel person.
Yeah, but Richter's also fucking crazy.
Oh no, he loves Richter. Remember he winked at him. He's ready
Oh,
for
yeah.
a kiss.
They both got
Can trees get
chlamydia.
chlamydia?
Who knows? But at this point, folks, we're gonna call it. I think we'll find out what happens with the Intrepid crew next week when they make their way into Neverwinter and find out what wonders it might behold for them.
All right, thanks for watching D&D with THC. We'll be back next Wednesday with the next episode of the Bacon Campaign / Curse of Strahd. We got some crazy stuff going on in there. We'll get a fan Friday together one of these days, and then if not, we'll be back here next Monday. Actually, we won't be here next Monday. We will be taking a week off next week as me and Pino are going on vacation. So we'll have a little hiatus, but then after that, following week, we'll be back 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with a continuation of the Lost Mines of Phandelver, but we will be playing Bacon's Campaign this Wednesday. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.